Today we're sitting down with Betsy Maurer, owner of On Brand Promo. Betsy helps businesses bring their brands to life through customized promotional products, branded apparel, corporate gifts, and the countless little details that leave a lasting impression long after a meeting or event is over. But Betsy's story is more than promotional products. As a solopreneur, mother, and active member of the Central Minnesota business community, she's built a business centered on relationships, service, and helping other businesses put their best foot forward. Today, we're talking about her entrepreneurial journey, the power of promotional marketing, how businesses can choose products people actually want to keep, and what it's like balancing business ownership, family, and community involvement. Welcome to Behind the Brand, the podcast for small business owners, solopreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs who are ready to start strong, stand out, and stay bold. Each week, we'll take you behind the scenes to explore what it takes to build a memorable brand and grow a successful business. Are you ready to get behind the brand? Let's dive in. Hello, Moxieverse. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Brand. Taylor here, and as always, joined by the fabulous Miss Kelly Kane.
Hello.
Today, we are sitting down with friend of the team, Betsy Maurer, the owner of On Brand Promos. How are you, Betsy?
Good, thank you.
Good. We're so excited to have you here. It's always fun to talk to other people that work in the creative space and, believe in the power of good branding, which 100%. You definitely do.
Yes.
So I know we've definitely crossed paths and we've worked together. You've helped us with some Moxie things. I think you two met maybe in a networking
No,
meeting?
actually,
No?
I first met Betsy when she was referred to me for her own branding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Very first started Moxie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you called me. Chris Nelson.
Chris
Yeah.
Nelson. I do remember that. And it was a different name at one point.
It was
time.
Betsy Branding.
Yeah, yes. Okay. And
Yep.
we've had changes. So I'd love to get into that and how the changes have taken place.
Should I keep going about the story? Or
Yeah,
no?
sure, go ahead.
Okay. So she called and we talked on the phone and I gave her an estimate, but she let me know that she was going to go a different direction and kind of did it her own for budgetary reasons. But then our paths kept crossing and we're friends on Facebook. And I'm like, let's give this single mom solopreneur some business.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of how it started. So
It is. And I
so if you don't
appreciated
buy
how-
from us, we'll just become friends.
Right.
Yeah, but you were so gracious and you were so kind and you were understanding. And I
Yeah.
appreciated that.
I mean, that happens a lot for us. I'm sure you have that too, right? And wouldn't you rather someone communicate? This is
Then just
why.
ghost
Then
me.
If you ghost me, we can't be friends.
Yeah,
No.
nothing feels worse than
Then it's
that.
just
Communication
stalking.
matters.
And then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you're going to go out in public and see this person. And then there's just,
Awkward.
Yeah.
It is awkward. I think it's because we're women. That's
Yeah. But On Brand Promo is a newish endeavor for you, correct?
Yeah, so I actually started back when my daughter's going to be 13 next
Okay.
month. I started working for a large company locally when she was 3 months old.
Oh, okay.
And
so you've been doing promos for a long time.
I've been doing it for a long time.
Okay.
That company started becoming very corporate, and then COVID hit, and I started waking up on Sunday nights like sweating because I did not want to go to work on Mondays. And I knew like I had to get out. So I actually left that company, went to another company that did things very differently. The grass was not greener. I spent 8 months
Sure.
there and realized like I want out. So
Yeah.
I was actually going to get into real estate. I was working on my real estate license.
That's
and
when you know you're desperate.
I know.
We've all thought about that.
Yeah, right?
like, what can
For
I
real.
do? I can sell houses.
Not that there's anything wrong with that as a
Nope.
career.
We love realtors. But I had clients reaching out to me on LinkedIn, like, hey, can I still get stuff from you? It was like, oh, like, let me see.
Maybe I could do it, yeah.
And so I started very small, very quickly. It was like Betsy branding, something simple. And that's how that was born. And
Okay.
then after a couple years, I was like, I just don't want my name associated with it. And there's nothing wrong with people that do that. But for me, like, looking at long term, I wanted it to be more something that just stood for what I believed in.
Yep.
And so that's where On Brand Promo was born.
Yeah.
And
I like Betsy branding. It's cute, but I like On Brand Promo.
Yeah.
it is
It's
cute.
a great name.
But everyone also called it the wrong thing. It was Betsy Brands, Betsy, like it was just Betsy's branding.
Too cutesy,
It was
yeah.
never, yeah. But I will tell you, there is going to be a revitalization of that logo, not the name, but the logo.
Oh,
So I
okay.
can't say more right now, but I'm pretty excited to announce it.
Cool. That's exciting. So, okay, so you have been doing this for quite a while.
13
Yeah,
Because
so
you
my
were an
business
expert in
I've been
promo
doing
biz.
for 5 years.
Okay.
Yep.
5 years. Wow. I bet that time flies.
It was in June.
Yeah.
Time does fly. And I have, lots of kids.
How many?
Five kids.
I
yep.
knew that. Okay, you had
7,
a lot.
8, 11, 12, and 18.
Oh my goodness.
So one's
Busy.
out of the house, so it's really like I have 4.
Sure.
Which is,
Except for still worrying about that one. That's
yeah,
what we do.
when his bank account overdrafts, it's like, hey, Mom. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you. I remember you.
Yeah. So no, he's a good kid. He's sweet. So.
So why promotional products? What led you to that career?
I was working in retail at Ashley Furniture.
Okay.
I loved it. It was great, but the hours were terrible.
Yeah.
And I knew somebody that worked at the company that I was applying to. I had no idea that I didn't even know where to go to buy a pen with a logo. And I applied and I got hired. I actually applied for like a customer service position, and they're like, no, you're going to do sales. You have so much experience. And I'm like, okay, but they said you needed a bachelor degree and I didn't have it. And, you know, I think I've learned a lot, right? Like if it says that on a job application, you don't necessarily like just apply. Just go
Yeah,
for it.
sure.
And so from there, I just learned the whole industry, and I'm still learning. Now, I have such a passion for promo, and unless you're in promo, you probably don't understand it. But just like you guys with branding, with logos, like you probably can't go anywhere and not look at the logo, judge the logo. Like I want to look at people's tags on their shirts and be like, oh, what brand is that?
Yeah. Excuse me, turn around.
That's a really good imprint. Like, you know, so yeah, so I just kind of fell into it and I fell in love with it. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I was able to stay in the industry and never imagined having my own business. It was never a dream. I never thought that I would. So it just happened. And I've learned a lot over the 5 years. And yeah, and I always say, like, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because this is not something that I dreamt of. It is not something that I thought would happen. And I have had a few people follow, I wouldn't say because of me, but they have reached out to me like, hey, I'm starting my own business. And I'm like, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you do become a role model, or,
Yeah.
you know, a confidant. So how's the hustle with the kids? I mean, are you like kind of part-time, or what are you just juggling?
No, like I think they understand, and like if you ask them what does mom do for work, they would say she sits on a computer. Like, right?
They're not wrong, right?
If I'm on a
Right.
computer, I'm working.
Yeah.
Being my own boss gives me the flexibility
Right.
to go to the doctor's appointments, go to the baseball games, go do the things that I want to do, and not have to ask for time off, not have to ask for sick time. Because luckily what I do, I can do at any hour of the night. And I'm a night owl. So if I can't get it done during the day after the kids go to bed, I hop on and I'm emailing. And some clients, I know I can email at 10:30 at night. If I'm like, not sure, then I'll just schedule the send for 8 a.m. But no, it gives me the flexibility to work whenever I want. Do I get actual days off? No. But when you love what you do, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have to feel like work.
And that is probably, you know, part of being a business owner. We've had a ton of solopreneurs or, you know, entrepreneurs on the podcast, and they always kind of say the same thing. You maybe go into it because you talk about the flexibility and the time freedom, and you have those things, but you're still putting in 40 and then some, or whatever.
I have
some
never
weeks,
counted
right?
my hours. I
Right.
don't probably want to know.
Yeah, right? Because
No, I used to. I had a business owner ask me, "Oh, you only work half days? Yeah. Which 12 hours,
12 hours
do you want to
right.
work?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I wouldn't work as much. Boy, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I can imagine for you having a whole team and having a brick and mortar. I work out of my house. I don't have any employees. I actually work a part-time job. I work at Fuzzy Loon Designs in Wake
Oh,
Park
yeah.
on Wednesdays and Fridays, and it has been so awesome.
Nice
And
to get out of the house a little bit.
It's so nice to get out of the house, and Sarah and Dan are amazing. So it's been a really good fit. We collaborate well together. If they can't do something that I can, they'll send a client my way.
Okay, so you're
And
collaborating,
likewise,
not
100
competing.
Not at all.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Who knows what that will lead to, too.
Right.
You know, you got to
Yeah.
be open to those possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit interested in, you know, I get to hear this from Kelly's point of view a lot too.
Whether
Not
she
calling
wants
you
to or not.
old, but just because you've been in the business for a long time, you've been doing promo for 13 years. So what has changed?
A lot. I think, you know, we went through like the fidget spinner craze, and I was like dreaming about fidget spinners. I'm so glad that's over. It was terrible. But you know, you have different trends, and whether it's going to be
Oh, yeah.
people wanting to go with USA made, or they want to go with something green or eco-friendly, or you know, wanting to have something that's multi-use, so maybe something that just doesn't get thrown away. You know, prices have obviously changed and fluctuated over the years too, but the quality of things has gotten so much better.
Okay.
And the direction that I'm seeing my clients go is the print on demand. So being able to have an item that you can print a smaller quantity of. We used to be in this thing where like, well, you needed to order 500 pens.
Right.
And now there's certain items that still we need to have higher quantities. But for the most part, I'm doing online stores for people. And if they pick out one shirt, I can print one shirt.
Right.
Now the imprint method is different, right?
It's more digital or whatever it
Yep.
is.
So you're doing transfers, you're doing embroidery, you're doing a UV transfer. So different ways
But
of
that's
getting
nice,
the same
though.
thing done. Yeah, I have a client in California that's a construction company, and they used to order in bulk. But the problem was because they'd have too many 2XLs or too many smalls or not enough medium. And now they're giving people the flexibility to say, hey, you go on and order what you want to order. And with that comes more freedom in their color choice, right? And choosing what they want versus what they like, here's what I can offer you. Now they can actually go and say, like, this is what I want, customize it a little bit more, and then they're not wasting so much.
And it becomes a little bit more of a perk for an employee, right? They got to pick what they want and have a little say in that, which is nice.
And brands is huge. So not just offering like a standard brand. We
Right.
can do pretty much anything you can dream of, we can print on it.
That's one thing I've noticed just from an outsider is that people don't want the 25-cent pens, trinkets. If they're going to buy promo products, it seems like they want something a little bit higher quality.
Yeah.
I would assume people
And
might
it
be
makes
buying
sense.
less, but they're buying nicer things.
Yes. Yeah. Quality over quantity. for
Yeah,
sure.
Right,
absolutely. So that's kind of one of the things that I want to lead this into is that promo products can be more than just free stuff. I think when there are maybe people on the outside or not necessarily like you're getting something from your business that you work for to represent, but you're trying to give something to someone else to represent your business. I think people can sometimes be like, well, that's weird, or like, I don't want who wants another tumbler or whatever.
Yeah.
So how do you go about having those conversations with your clients?
It's really individualized, right? So depending on the client, their budget, their audience, because everyone's so different. So it really comes down to having the conversation and figuring out what can we fit into your budget that's going to be something that you can give away, whether it be stickers are huge right now and they're very affordable, right? Though there's different qualities in stickers, and I'll let clients know. We can get these ones for super cheap, or we can go higher end, something that you could maybe even resell. And then also just having the conversation of what do you want them to take out of this? At the end of the day, like, is it something that you hope that they're going to wear? Like for Moxie, right? You guys have a great logo, but you guys also have a Sasquatch. So I would say instead of putting your logo big and bold on something you're going to give away, do the Sasquatch and have the logo smaller on there, right?
So who wants to wear, exactly.
I mean, being a walking billboard is fine for some people, but not everybody wants to. If you have something that looks more retail, it's more likely going to be worn, and people are still going to recognize the Sasquatch.
Right.
Right? Like that's Moxie when I think of that. When I think of Green Thumb, etc., I think of a bandana. Another great example, Gate City Bank. What do they have that everyone knows? The blue bag, the blue tote bag.
Oh,
They,
Sure,
they're
sure.
in grocery
I
stores.
saw
Yeah.
blue, but I didn't
Yeah.
see the tote.
They're in grocery stores, and they give away grocery totes that have a little clasp. And so
Nice.
that has become sort of like their thing. And it's just such a brilliant way to do it. Now, that's not going to work for everybody, but
Right.
it works for them. And I think that's the thing, is finding the thing that works for you. And it might take a few tries until you get it.
Yeah, I like that shift of, how can you make your brand look a little bit more retail?
Yeah.
That's a cool
I
concept.
think, we probably don't explain it that way, but
Yeah.
we think, sometimes we would just do even a little M, because who wants to wear, we want to
Yeah.
wear
Right.
Moxie, but other people, that's what we kind of think about for our client gifts too, right?
Some people do, and some people get upset when we are
Yeah.
giving out shirts.
I
and
know.
we
Make
don't have enough for
everybody
everybody.
No,
They're
but-
like, we want to wear that. As far as why promo products work, if someone comes to you and they're like, well, so-and-so says I need a promo product, but I don't know if I really believe in it. How do you approach those conversations?
Honestly, that never really happens.
Sure.
By the time they're calling you,
They know that they want
They know,
it.
because promo works, and
Yeah.
people know. I mean, it's been around forever, right? And I think it is, again, just about finding the right item, the right product. And sometimes that means giving away some cheap shit. Because sometimes people just like, this is my budget. I need to have something
Mass
at my
quantity.
booth.
Yeah.
And they want to just, parades is a great example.
Yeah.
Do you get quality
Yeah.
things at parades? Hardly ever, right?
Yeah.
Because people just need to give away something quickly that's going to have their name on it. But I think they know that
Chip
giving away
clip.
something is better than giving away. Now, I tell you, you can give away a good chip clip or a shit chip clip. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear
You
on
can
here.
swear on here.
But I have one that I use and love, and I will share that with you at some
Now I
point.
need a
But
chip clip.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually love getting chip
I
clips
know,
because it's
they're
like
awesome.
something that I'm never going to go out and buy a chip
Never.
clip. It's not going to happen.
Come on.
When I see one on a trade show booth, like when we go to the expos, that's what I'm grabbing.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause you always
and
need
you
a
want
chip
the
clip.
one, though, that can hold 2-3 papers, not one and slide down your fridge.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a trick to everything. Like,
See.
I know
Okay,
things.
so now this is the difference between doing it yourself online
Right.
and hiring Betsy,
Right.
is she knows these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always scared to death to buy that kind of stuff online, the colors and
Right.
stuff like that. That's why I really
And samples. If someone's not willing to send you samples, they're probably not. It's not a good fit for you, right?
No.
Like if you have the time, I always suggest a sample. If you don't have the time, well, then you get what you get. But if you have the time, because finding things online, it's like apparel, right? You're going to send it back if it doesn't fit right. Well, if it's not going to do the job that you want it to do, then it's probably not the best product for you.
How do you go about sourcing your products? And, because you're saying like, well, I know what's shit and I know what's great. So you've obviously been around the block and, met with certain companies or purchased from certain companies.
There's a million companies out there.
Uh-huh.
But at the end of the day, whether you work with me or someone else, we're all buying from the same place. It's really just a matter of who you want to work with. But so I'm considered a promotional product distributor. We work with suppliers and we work with contract decorators. So I have my probably top 5 that I work with. But if there's an item that maybe we don't have, I have an overseas source that I go to. He's amazing. He actually came to visit me from China. Came to my house with his wife. His name is Rich Wang. And he's so awesome. And I would recommend him to
That's so
anybody.
cute.
I know. He's amazing. They came all the way. They flew into
To
Vegas.
your little company.
Yes, to
I
my little
love
company.
that.
And I'm like, do you think I'm somebody? Because I'm really... But, it was great. And we had a wonderful time. And they brought gifts from China. And they brought food. And it was so much fun. Yeah, and I would love to go out there and visit sometime. He's one of my great sources that I go to if we can't find something. One of my clients wanted the little pop-it balls that has little pop-its, but they wanted their custom colors. So we were able to do white and black and green for them instead of just picking a stock color. So
Again,
there's certain
another
things that we can
shameless
do.
plug for working with a professional. It's just, that's what we do. We're like, hey, Betsy, we're looking for this. We don't have the time. I mean, if you look online, maybe to research, but you'll soon find that's just
Yeah.
And I
horrible.
think some people want to work with me because I'm very hands-on. Like, we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to send you mock-ups, quotes, ideas. Can you go on my website and order? No, because I'm too small to have that. There's thousands and thousands of products. There's no way I could keep up with the demand of
Right.
like trying to keep up with the prices and the stock
Right.
and all those things. So
I've always found that
I'm different in that
you
way.
can definitely find it's not necessarily cheaper on a store like that either.
No.
On
No.
a national.
Usually I can price match or get pretty close, but
Right.
I found that most people, I'm pretty fair. I mean, I'm never
Yeah.
trying to price gouge anybody. Every once in a while, I'll give a discount if I need to, but for the most part, people are like, yes, that seems
Right,
about right.
right.
So
Yeah, absolutely. What are some, additional conversations that you have with people when they are trying to, find the right product? Because when we ask for something and I say, hey, Betsy, we're looking for this, you send over a couple different options. And I feel like you kind of do like a good, better, best model, which is nice. But what are some, when people are trying to maybe get past price objections or you're trying to talk about that quality, what are those conversations like?
luckily, most of my clients are retained or referrals. People just tend to trust me, and I appreciate that. I don't get a lot of objections to things. And because I do, like you said, do the good, better, best, most people are like, okay, like...
They can choose. That's what I always say. Like, yeah,
That makes
here's your
sense.
options. You choose. Like, you're not telling
and I'll
people.
explain the difference, right? Like, it's hard to tell by looking at a picture.
Right.
But this is the quality equivalent to using this. And so just being able to have the conversations is really just the key to making sure that we find the right product. And not everything's a win, right? Like, at the end of the day, we might be like, yeah, that wasn't the best idea or that wasn't the best product. Okay, so let's try to find something new. Let's go
Right.
in a different direction.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the most popular products that you're seeing right now?
Well, people are asking for squishies, definitely. Those are huge. But
Can we get a Sasquatch squishy by next Tuesday?
yeah, sure, why not? Cost you $1 million, but we can do it. Anything's doable.
You can do anything.
It's still the same items, though. Really, it's people need good pens. People need tote bags. People need drawstring bags, backpacks, can coolies. It's still a lot of the same items over and over again. I just did a whole booth display setup. So we did retractable banners, a table cover, a
Okay, I didn't know you
backdrop.
did that kind of things, too.
Literally, if I can put a logo on it, I can do it, Kelly.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are actually made right here in Minnesota. For my Minnesota clients, I try to stick with Minnesota suppliers if I can. There's actually a lot. So
Good.
in Minnesota, there's a company that does a lot of kitchen type items. The world's best pizza cutter is out of Promo, and they're in Minnesota as well. So there's actually a lot of Minnesota made and or just Minnesota companies that we can order stuff from, which is really cool.
Cool. We should ask for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm always just like, oh, it's coming from overseas. Like, you just don't think about.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Businesses
with
here-
COVID that brought a lot of that into light too. Like, what can I get here instead of overseas? 'Cause
That
of the
and
shipping.
the tariffs. And the tariffs didn't end up being nearly as bad as everybody thought they would be, but it was definitely a push to like buy American made.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's in the budget and sometimes it's not. And so,
So it usually does cost more, correct?
yeah. Yeah, it does.
Well, it's important to a lot of people,
Yeah,
though. So
absolutely.
it's nice they have the option. I didn't know about the Minnesota companies. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I'll send you some info.
Is there any promo product that you're like, if I never have to see this again?
Oh, that would have been the fidget spinners. And I still see them out there.
Well, those envelope openers, remember those? I always cut myself
Okay,
in
now
those.
I love a good envelope opener because I like when you just get on the sound, it makes everything like, I don't know.
Okay,
But
a fidget spinner.
yeah, that's a fidget spinner to you. No, I don't mind. There's nothing that I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to sell this or I wouldn't sell this. But I sell a lot of can coolers still, but those are kind of one of those things that you're like, I don't need
Enough.
anymore.
Yeah.
I have enough.
Yeah.
Like there's certain items that if somebody orders, I'll get what's called an overrun. So I get one sent to my house because I'm like, oh, like the socks that you guys got.
Yeah.
I might have got an overrun of those.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the things we've ordered.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned socks. We did some Moxie socks.
Yeah, that was a quick turn.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing was we weren't able to do the colors we wanted, which was unfortunate.
We got pretty close.
I think they,
Yeah,
but
I
they
think
looked
totally
awesome.
still
Yeah,
turned
they
out.
were striped socks,
That's,
and
that's
they
the
were.
Moxie way, though. We never do anything.
We thought we started it
Yeah.
for us, but then they were like custom knit, right?
Yeah.
And it said bold steps on the
Bold
bottom,
steps, yeah.
and then it said, what did it say on the ankle? I've got Moxie.
Oh, I've got Moxie,
Sorry.
yeah, with our logo. Yeah.
Anyways, that was pretty cool.
Well, and with the socks, I love, my favorite part was that they were like packaged. They had
Oh,
that.
Yeah, and that was really cheap to add on, wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was like it was an
Yeah.
upgrade, but it was not.
So then we
crazy
got to
expensive.
design a little card for it
Yeah.
too. That
And
was fun.
I think gave it that little bit of like that retail
Retail.
touch,
Yeah,
right? That we were
100%.
talking about.
Right.
And they're branded, but
They're cute and they're fun.
Yeah,
and they're
they're
comfy.
like
They're
light-
so comfy.
they're
Yeah, our logo's
really
not
comfy.
really on it.
But you've got Moxie as our logo, but it's
Not
white.
our
and
logo, it's our tagline. You know what I mean?
Didn't we use our logo?
Oh, maybe we did both. I just want to talk about the golf ball
Oh.
lip balm that we do.
Redirect.
That is so dumb. It's such a silly little thing, but people love
Love it,
those.
yeah.
They're like the EOS.
Yep.
You know, the brown things. I gave one to Eddie, a new one. He's like, oh, he just loved it and put it in his pocket. Yeah.
And I will say, so that we ordered, this was our second batch from
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
We got them again for this golf season. And when I opened the box, it was not our logo on there. And I
Someone
was like,
else's got shipped to us.
okay.
Yeah.
And you acted so quickly. And I think we had the right package to us within like 2 days.
That is also a Minnesota company that I get those from. And I think that's a good point, Taylor, because I recently did an order for a client locally and she was like, hey, these bags are terrible. They were drawstring bags. Well, what happened is the production team didn't cure them long enough. So when they sent them out, they were rubbing off. If you don't tell me that something's wrong, I can't fix it.
Fix
But
it,
if
Right,
you
yeah.
so they
tell
get
me
drop
there is-
shipped here.
And then we sent out new ones. She's like, these are amazing.
Yeah.
The goal is never to send you crap.
Right,
Like,
right.
if something doesn't turn out right, there's a reason for it. So tell me, and we're going to fix it. And, whatever. They probably got yours and you got theirs. And,
Right. It was,
so.
just a super easy mix up. And then it was really cool. The company was like, oh, we don't need to take them back. And so not we,
Yeah,
you
donated them
you donated
to-
them to the VA.
Yeah, it was
And,
the VA, yeah.
And so, I don't know, that was just a
I didn't know
cool,
that. That's-
special little
You
thing.
never want anything to get wasted,
Right.
right? Like they were usable, they were good.
There was a ton of them, like 250 golf ball chapsticks. That would have
Yeah.
been sad to just throw them in the garbage.
Because they were
I
already
think,
open?
yeah, probably partially because of that, and also like the cost of shipping them back,
Oh,
and they
it's
probably they already had to reproduce those for that client.
Okay, yeah.
So, and that's just part of the business, right?
Yeah.
Like, so just making sure this is why everything has a step and a process, but we're all humans. And
Right.
at the end of the day, somebody shipped the wrong box.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So-
Okay, I want to say one more thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, our camp
Camp
chairs.
chairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah, those were awesome.
Okay, so then we did a promo product just for ourselves. So we go to these golf tournaments, as we were talking about, and we're sitting in just like kind of crappy camp chairs. And then I think Mo brought a really nice one.
Yeah.
And then we looked at the brand and we sent it to Betsy, and she's like, "You bet." So it is a retail brand, a very nice rocking camp chair, and we were able to personalize that. That is awesome. And we bought them for our own team.
Yeah.
We're not giving those away.
And they were on a good sale at the time, too.
Yeah, but now that's another thing that's changed. Like it was a brand name that you can also customize. So it's not like I have to get an off brand to try to match it.
Yep.
Type of a thing. I think people like that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the quantity wasn't crazy high on those.
I think we got
You actually
12.
did a second order.
Or no? Did we?
Well, we did 2 for every person. I did 4. I mean, we must have done 16 or 20 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
7 times. It was 14,
I think everybody here
16.
uses them, and
Right.
we bring them to golf tournaments and stuff.
It was
now.
a gift. It was a gift
Gift.
from us to the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, like why aren't we just using? I wasn't gonna buy them just to sit here. We use it once or twice a year. Let's give it to the team and
Right.
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. What has been your favorite promo product that you've done?
You guys are wonderful to work with, actually, and I appreciate that. The funny thing is, not to get off subject, but like, I tell you how many times people apologize to me. I get so many apologies in emails, and I'm like, stop. Like, this
For
is
what?
my
This is
job.
my job.
Like, because like, oh, I need a revision, or I need like, here, can you?
I don't know
quote
what I
this
want.
amount?
Can you look up some
And
ideas?
like, everyone apologizes to me all the time. I'm like, it's like, don't apologize to
Yeah.
me. Like, this is what I do. It's what I love to do. You can email me 50 times. I don't care. My favorite project is probably these custom like crossbody bags that we did. We did them completely custom. I mean, like from the imprint on the strap to adding cute little details on the bags. And that was for a financial company that I work with out of Georgia. And it was really, really cool.
Okay, I want to see that.
The
Yeah.
more
That
sounds like
custom
fun.
I can get, the better. I always love those projects, but I also get that sometimes time is an issue, right?
Right.
Like if you do custom, the funny thing though is custom really doesn't cost much more. It's just time.
Right.
So if
Okay,
you can
that's good to
plan
know.
ahead, you can find something custom that's really not that unaffordable. But if you give me like 2 weeks, it's not going to happen.
So tell me, how do you find these
Note
clients
to self.
out of the area, like Georgia, like you mentioned?
Luckily, they followed me. I had a really good LinkedIn presence when I left my last company, and I had a non-compete. And I did not reach out to any of my clients, but they reached out to me. And then after so much time went on, I was still connected with them, and I was posting, right? Like I have this
good
business.
for you.
So, and I've never done any sort of like advertising. 100% of what I do comes from referrals.
Okay,
Wow.
organic.
That's great. Great
So,
that you're
it's
able
all-
to continue with that, which kind of leads into the next thing that I wanted to talk about. We see you around quite a bit. We're heavily involved in community things, as are you. What has that done for your business?
I think going into it not expecting anything for the business and doing it because you love this community. I love supporting local. I love supporting the people that are here. I think we have such a great community. And then it kind of comes back eventually, right? So it's not about asking for the sale or selling myself. It's really just about like showing up, and then people are like, hey, like you do this, and then they want to work with you.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing the Tri-County Humane Society online store.
Okay.
And it is a fundraiser. So every month I get to write them a check,
Wow.
which is
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
That is
so
very
that's been
cool.
really fun, and that's one of those print on demand. So you go on there, and there are so many different options. So they get to choose the style. Maybe they want a T-shirt and they want this specific logo. That's what they're going to get. So they don't have to choose from what's already there. They get to kind of create what they want.
Great idea. I love
And we
that.
can add and take away logos at any time. We added like a 4th of July logo in. Now that's gone. We added a Pride logo in. So different things like that.
Does that go on constantly, or is
Yeah,
it just a
it's
certain
always
time?
open.
So a lot of people could think, well, I'm working at my computer all day. I have a family. I'm busy, so I'm not going to take the time out to get involved in the community. But you still, even though some of your business isn't from around here, or maybe most of it's not from around here.
Actually, yeah, most of my, like, I say like my meat and potatoes comes from outside of Minnesota, but all the side dishes come from right here.
Okay,
you know?
nice. So that's
Small-
cool that you make the time.
Yeah.
100%, yeah. And no client is too big or too small. Yes, at some point, am I going to have to start saying no to things? Or I don't even like to say no. I'd say I know somebody that can help you, right?
Right.
Like I believe in working with the community. I work with Chris from FaceTime Resources. I actually do some stuff through him. And so it's really fun to collaborate with other people and just be a supporter of everyone. There's
I
no
love
reason to say like, don't go to this person or don't
Right.
go to that person. There's enough for everybody. And there's different reasons to work with each person.
Great.
Well, and you never know how things are going to come back to you, right? So
That's the right
yeah,
attitude.
yeah, put out
Shameless
good.
plug. Chris has tried to hire me a few times. He's like, "Why don't you just come work for me?" I'm like, "Keep that in
Well,
mind
I'll
for
let you
one
know.
day, but
Yeah.
I'm happy where I'm at."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't burn bridges, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So just a little, because Kelly and I have also been, are working mothers, not have been, we are. How do you balance all of that?
I have awesome kids.
Yeah.
That helps. They are part of my business, really. If there's a meeting going on and they walk in, that's who I am. I think COVID changed that for a lot of people.
Yes, became okay.
It became okay. It's like, we're real people. I'm not a robot. If you hear a kid or a dog in the background, that's part of me. And if
Yeah.
you don't
Oh,
like
that was such a
you
no-no
don't
when
have
I
to
had
work with-
kids.
Yeah. And it's
I had a
changed
crying
so
baby in the
much.
background. My client got really mad at me. Give me a break.
That's sad.
Uh-huh.
You're a mom.
Oh, it's so different 25 years ago. I tell Taylor.
And so my kids are just like, they know. And if we go somewhere, like the kids will come with. My girls actually started a cute little like button business.
I
And
saw that.
Yeah. So they're like
Yeah.
little entrepreneurs too. And
well,
They're
I can
learning
tell you
from you, which is really cool.
I was just going to
awesome.
say that I can tell you on the other side of this, because my kids are just starting their professional careers. You feel bad if you have to be away from them. I mean, I know I did, although I had a flexible schedule too, somewhat. Not as flexible as these days, but they are proud of of you and they're watching you and you're the role model. And now I get them like taking pictures of our billboard, or
I love that.
Or they need help with a resume. Well, I thought I talked to you, Mom, because you're a business owner, or whatever, so you think like, oh, you're killing their childhood, and then you're teaching them how to be responsible adults. Everyone has to multitask.
And I think just being able to work from home makes a big difference. And part of taking the job at Fuzzy Loon was, am I going to be okay being away from my kids? And I think that we both appreciate it. Like, they're like, they get a little bit of freedom because they're old enough now. They can stay home for a few hours. I have great neighbors, and, Grandma takes them on Wednesdays and does Grandma Wednesday with them. So I have a really good support network. I'm not from here. I don't have any blood relatives other than my kids here. But I have amazing friends. I have amazing community. So I'm just very grateful for all of that.
Yeah. Isn't that special when that can happen? Where we live, we're not from there either. I'm not from the St. Cloud area. And, we moved into our house 8 years ago, and on Sunday, we were out at our friend's parents' lake house, and multiple times I was like, this is just the best day I've ever had. There was like 20 of us, and kids were there, and everybody was playing in the lake, and it's just so special when you can immerse yourself in the community to find those people. It makes such a difference.
I found other working moms, right?
Yeah.
We all kind of
Trade
know
kids.
and understand.
Yeah.
I'll take them,
absolutely.
and you get this done, and then you can take them, and I'll get that done.
Trade kids, and it's really fun. So.
Yeah.
I didn't have that, but I had staff. I would send
Sure.
like a man, like, go pick up the kids from school. Sometimes I would just need some help, and I'm like, I'm paying you, so go do this for me.
Yeah.
Personal assistant.
Now you do
And they
that
were
with
like,
now you do that with your dogs.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
worse though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mo remembers that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
for
takes
sure.
a village,
Yeah,
and
right.
my ex and I, we get along great. He gets the kids, I'd say like 40% of the time. So I don't have them 24/7.
Sure.
He takes them too, and we
That's
work
nice
well
that he's
together.
involved.
Well, now we get into our rapid fire portion of the podcast. So I have 2 quick questions for you. Say the
Okay.
first thing that comes to mind. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Shit chip clip. Oh, not me.
Yeah. Well, that could be the answer for the first one. Not a shit chip clip. It is fun to say.
I know.
Okay, what is one promotional product every business should consider investing in?
Oh gosh, rapid fire. I don't know that I can do that because there is no right answer for everyone. I
Okay,
think
that's a good answer.
starting with the basics maybe, but then finding that one key item, whether it's lip balm or a kitchen item or a tote bag.
Should be unique to your business, right?
yeah.
Like, how do you do promo?
I think, Taylor, with this is one of the things I think maybe might go into your next question is, what have I learned? It's okay to say I don't know. I'm not quick on my feet. I know this about myself, but I like that because I can take what you asked me, I'll go home, I can think on it, and then I'm going to send you actual results. I'm going to send you actual ideas and not just like be able to just, spit fire really fast. This is definitely not my area of expertise, but I'm okay with that.
So then the next question is, what's one piece of business advice that stuck with you throughout your entrepreneurial journey?
Being able to say I don't know,
Yeah.
but also just do it afraid.
Yeah.
I think so many people that I meet are like, yeah, but I'm scared. What about this? What about that? Just do it afraid, because if you wait for that perfect moment, it's never going to come. And it builds over time, right? Like if I had done this when I very first started, I would have been a hot mess. But, I know that I'm good at what I do.
You're like, I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Everything is figure outable.
You can always go get a job if you have to. I tell myself that, but I don't know if that's true.
It's hard to work for somebody else when you've worked for yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's
Plus,
like,
I'm not qualified to do anything else. So.
that's why people own businesses,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Really.
And definitely not coachable, not manageable at all.
You?
Yeah. Well, you try,
Getting
but
there.
I'm a little bossy with myself.
Wonderful. Well, Betsy, this was so much fun getting to chat with you.
give Betsy a call. She's awesome.
yes.
I've had so many promo people say, "Well, what do you want?" I'm like, "Isn't that
Your job?
Yeah, but they think we're an average. So what do you want? I don't work with
That's
those
terrible.
people anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
No, I work with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I don't know what I want, and I don't have time.
Right.
Read my mind, Betsy.
Read my mind. So that should be my title, mind reader.
Brand mind reader. I mean,
She knows what we need before we do.
yeah.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do. And I do love that. Sometimes you send us ideas and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, how
just
about
fun.
this? Oh, they're $200 a piece. Okay, well, it's a great idea. but-
We're going to table this for a holiday gift.
for
Sometimes it
ourselves,
happens.
right?
Um,
We don't know what we don't know.
Right, exactly. Well, again, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with us. It's always fun to get to learn more about the people that we see often, but maybe don't get to have these deep conversations with. Like Kelly said, if you are a business owner out there looking for some really kick-ass promo products and someone to help guide you versus you figuring it out and then going to them, Betsy is your gal.
I appreciate it. Thank
How
you.
should people reach you?
The best way is email betsy@onbrandpromo.com, or you can text or call 320-232-5881.
Wonderful. I love it. I don't know if we've ever had anybody give out their phone number on the pod before. That's great.
No scammers.
No scammers.
Might have to bleep that out.
Look it up online. You can Google me.
Thanks, Betsy.
All right. We will see you next week on the next episode of Behind the Brand. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Behind the Brand. If you liked this episode, share it with a friend. If you didn't, share it with an enemy. And make sure to leave us a 5-star review. To stay connected, follow us at the links in the show notes below.